Yeah,
Okay,
same.
up north, we'll go to Ulster and a team that, of course, Armagh, of course, bet Clare last year. A lot of people liking the look of Armagh, although they were beaten by Roscommon. People are liking the look of them this year. They're playing Derry this weekend. Paddy, Donegal and Tyrone, of course, is one side the draw. Monaghan and Cavan there as well. But Armagh could be a dark horse to get into an Ulster final.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Armagh live in the last couple of years. Listen, they're Jekyll and Hyde, and listen, they've been on a nice run themselves. Some fantastic forwards, it has to be said. And listen, it's taken Kieran McGinney has got a lot of flack in the Orchard County. Went a couple of years without a championship win. Themselves in Derry this weekend. In the last, I think, 5 years, they've only 2 championship wins between them. The early nods, late 90s, this would have been a huge game. But Armagh have that little bit of nice momentum, if you want. They've Jamie Clark back now. They're fantastic going forward. They've Rian O'Neill, Oisin O'Neill, nephew of the great Oisin McConville. They're very good going forward. They're decent around the middle third. They actually, despite what some people would say in the media, they actually play very nice football. Now, they've kind of, I think, adapted that Crossmaglen approach, because for many years, while Crossmaglen are very successful, and they had 2-3 brilliant players in that Armagh team, they didn't actually, they probably should have had 6 or 7. So listen, there's very Crossmaglen influence in how they're coached. I'm led to believe that everybody's really happy with Geezer up there, but their big problem is at the back. And listen, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and listen, we'll come to Donegal in a minute. That's kind of been labelled at them as well, since they've had this, if you like, evolution in the last couple of years. The problem is at the back, they can dominate games in terms of possession, they can dominate most sectors of the pitch, and then they just switch off at times and they give away silly goals. We've seen what happened to them with Roscommon and that. And to be honest with you, I think this is a very dangerous game for them. Derry, nobody is giving Derry a chance this weekend at all. Derry didn't get promoted. They have a guy called Conor Glassback, who, all the talk in the last couple of months has been about Conor McKenna, and rightfully so. I've seen him live 2 weeks ago. The man's going to be ridiculous, in my opinion. But Glass is one of the best underage players in the country in the last 20 years as a minor. You look at Bino McDonald, you look at David Clifford. This guy was absolutely outstanding. They've a settled full back now in Brendan Rodgers. They've Chrissy McCaig there. They've a good solid midfield. They've Shane McGuigan up front. And Glass just adds that bit extra. And nobody's giving them a hope. It's in Derry. Armagh, look, they have this lovely momentum, and everybody's now starting to talk about them. You even mentioned they could be, in with a chance of getting to an Ulster final. I just have this weird feeling that there could be a shock this weekend. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think Derry are going to run Armagh very close. From the outset, Rory Gallagher has been targeting this game, and I think this is a dangerous game for Armagh, to be honest.
Yeah, I spoke to Kieran Byrne. It's probably the guts of 6 months ago now on a podcast, and he spoke very highly of Conor Glass as well, and he said he's going to bring something to Derry for sure.
He's going to be out around. He's going to be out around the middle, but again, like McKenna, he can pretty much do everything. He is such an athlete. Like he really is a massive player for Rory Gallagher to get back in. And as I said, it's went under the radar in the last couple of weeks because of McKenna. But this guy, watch out for him, the real deal.
Michael Moyles, there's going to be an upset, I'm sure, at some stage this weekend. It's not all going to be plain sailing. Could this be the upset, even as Paddy was saying there?
Well, I know Rory because I lived with him in college. If you could call it a house, we kind of had a dungeon. But I know he's meticulous in his planning, and there's rumours from the Fermanagh lads of meeting on a Saturday morning and going 5 or 6 hours through team videos and breaking down where they went wrong, where they went right, and all this. So it won't be from lack of planning. And as Paddy correctly says, they have the talent there to trouble Armagh. It could be a great game, and it could be closer than people think.
Pa, you're nodding the head there as well. There's going to be, as I said, there could be an upset. You don't want it to be Limerick and Waterford. It could be Derry that'll be.
Oh yeah, hopefully it's up north if there's upsets. Yeah, but if there's teams that I'd like if we're talking about paying to see teams play, like Armagh are certainly at the minute, from what I've seen over the last 12 months, they're a team that I would pay to see. Like they're an enjoyable football team to watch. Like so. I know Paddy's probably right. They probably have to toughen up at the back. Like they did a Roscommon match, won 3 times last week, and the goals just kept on raining at the wrong times. But as a football team to watch, they really are outstanding.